and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess, and this is Comcast Newsmakers, coming to you from the State Capitol building in downtown Lansing. Our topic today is roads and road funding. Joining me now to talk about it is State Representative Rudy Hobbs, a Democrat from the 35th District, which represents basically Southfield. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Laurel. Thank you for having me.
So are we ever going to fund our roads fully to the ability to allow us to fix and repair all of the problems we have right now?
I'm going to say yes. There's several of my colleagues, myself, and a few others are really active in keeping this conversation going about how we fund our roads and what's needed to fund it. We know that we need $1.4 billion, but we know that's a heavy lift to actually get to. And we know that people like myself, people like you, and people that are looking at this interview, they're going to have to pitch in. They're going to have to pay a little bit more. Businesses are going to have to pay a little bit more. It's not going to be an easy fix, but it's an important fix.
What is the fix? How are roads funded now, and are there some proposed changes in how we should continue to fund roads in the future? Well,
understanding our time constraint, we do have dedicated funds that go to roads, and we usually get those dollars at the pump and through other taxes. But we need $1.4 billion more. So that means that our registration fees may go up. We may see a tick up in our gas tax and moving the wholesale tax to a percentage and ticking it up a little bit so that we can get to the $1.4 billion numbers that we need. By having that investment, we create 12,000 jobs in the very first year. We're able to save motorists $500 a year for repairs on their cars. I mean, we're paying for it already. It's just a matter, are we going to kick it in through the state, or are we going to continue to come out and do repairs to our cars? And I will propose that we need to raise our taxes just a tad bit so that we can make the appropriate investment in our roads.
This debate's been going on for almost a decade. How are we going to fund roads? How much do we need? Let's all agree. Let's make this happen. What makes you confident that it may now happen soon?
Because there's Republican and Democrats are advocating for it. It's a bipartisan effort. You know, myself, I know the speaker just came out with a proposal, and you know, even though the proposal comes a bit short in terms of the type of dollars we need, but what it does, it keeps the conversation going. It allows people to, keep it on their minds, legislators, and people, businesses. It allows everyone to continue to talk about it. So when we do get to that time, which I think will be very soon, we can hit that yes button.
And the $1.4 billion, to be clear, this is not an annual, we need this, or this is not what we need to maintain our status quo. This is really what we need, a new investment to make all of the repairs that we need now.
Oh yes, this is, fixing our bridges. One out of every 8 bridges in our state are in poor condition. Our roads, just in Southfield, 75% of the roads in Southfield are in poor condition. So what this would do is give us the investment we need every year at $1.4 billion to make our roads safe.
Very quickly, is it just my perception that roads in other states are better than ours? How do we compare to other states when it comes to funding and quality of roads?
Our quality of roads rank towards the bottom. I mean, we are in the very bottom when you look at the 50 states. And there's a lot of different reasons for that. We have very generous weight limits here in the state. So out-of-state trucks are able to bring in very heavy loads and pay very little, while other states have weight requirements that really meet their what they need to keep their roads safe.
So it's not just about funding, but certainly for right now, that's probably our biggest need. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Today's Comcast Newsmaker was State Representative Rudy Hobbs, a Democrat from the 35th District.